say is sometimes girls' nights will ruin your relationship.
Honestly, a girls' night out is literally just never a girls' night out.
It's never. Unfortunately, as much as we say it's a girls' night out, it's gonna end up in some deep shit.
Chaos.
Don't let your girls go out.
You didn't come home last night. Where were you? Where were you?
The gym.
Is that what they call it nowadays? You didn't come home last night. Where were you? Yeah, you're gonna just go ahead and finish what you were gonna say. I'm done.
Women cheat more than men?
Far more.
Come on.
Far, far more. Because they're in denial about the infidelity. When they cheat, they don't even label it as that.
What are they labeled as?
They label it as my husband's no longer satisfying me. They won't even say I'm cheating. They find a way to redirect and shift the terminology so that they are void of guilt.
Guys, you know what else they do? When she's telling you she's going on a girls' night out, what she'll do is she'll meet up with her girls. They'll take pictures together, or they'll do boomerangs, or they'll put it on their Snap story. But then she'll go and stay the whole night or stay part of the night with a whole nother man.
This what we do now? Huh? This what we do now? Where's he at? No, listen. This is what we do now?
Listen, he's in news. Come on, don't do
No. You want to go to Denny's with another fool, right? You got somebody at home that loves and respects you, but you in Denny's.
I have a boyfriend at home.
So is this like a girls trip?
Yeah.
How do you think he feels about girls trips?
He hates them.
Why?
I don't know.
Cap.
Now, I let someone kiss me on my cheek. He was mad.
How did he find out?
Instagram.
You posted it?
By accident. I was drunk.
This is why you come to Miami for? This is why you come to Miami? This is why you come to Miami?
That is a towel boy.
What? You think I'm still I got your name tatted on me? I got your name tatted on me.
Look, you gotta stop, alright? Relax. Nobody told you to get my name tatted on you. Now you look stupid with my name tatted on your back. Relax. Come inside. Because he's not leaving and you're not leaving either.
At ease, brothers. Man, I'll be honest, man. I was in the dark on how women conduct themselves on girls' trips and girls' night out for the longest time, man. And I didn't really understand why a lot of men were against their women going out or going on trips until about 2015, 2016, man, when I noticed myself, when I was going out to, restaurants by myself, man, having me a nice meal. I noticed that the groups of women that were out hanging by themselves, oh, bro, they were about that life. It didn't matter if they had wedding rings on or if they were in full, committed relationships. They were all about approaching a man and letting it be known that, hey, you know what, let's hang out tonight. And whatever happens, happens. Like, that's a real thing, man. So I was in the dark on really what takes place for the longest time. And when I really started to understand it, man, at my last job, man. I did a lot of traveling. I traveled probably 2 to 3 weeks out of the month, man. And what I noticed not too long after starting that job is when you have people in a setting, like people are out traveling and they're at hotels, when people go down to that lobby, men, all the women that are there, they about that life, man. It's something about a woman's fantasy. Like when she's away from home and home is back there and she's in another world, it's very easy to fulfill a woman's fantasy, man. So a lot of women on these girls' trips, on these girls' nights out, bro, I don't care if she seems like she's a good woman at home. A lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them be ready to go. They be ready for whatever, man. And I'm understanding now, man, that hey, man, your girl going on girls trips, like, hey, maybe that ain't the best of ideas. You know what I'm saying? But the real question is, why are women so good at cheating? Like if a lot of women are going on girls trips, if a lot of women are going on girls nights out, girls night out, and they're having all these escapades and they're coming back, like how are they so good at this? You know what I'm saying? Because I have some partners, man, they can go on one little vacation and come back and their whole world is in turmoil because they didn't step wrong. So why is it that women are so good at cheating, man? I'll tell you the first reason, brothers. The first reason is because they're so good at I would just say hiding their guilt because they justify their cheating. Like a lot of men, like if we step out, man, we come home, we feeling guilty, we feeling bad, we feeling like we done something wrong. So, we're buying wifey all these things, we're doing stuff out of the ordinary. A woman don't do that. She can hide that because she's justifying it. So if a man gets caught up and he says, hey, she says, hey, you know what? I got you cheating. What were you cheating for? What's all this about? The first thing a man will say is, you know what? All right, you got me. I dropped the ball. I went out with the boys and I got drunk and I met this chick and she looked good, man. I messed up. Or Christina or Becky at work. We've been flirting for 2 or 3 months at the job. One day she asked me out for drinks. It led to another thing. I dropped the ball, babe. Like I'm wrong. But a woman, if she gets caught, she's like, dang, baby, I'm looking at you at the hotel room, or I heard you doing XYZ. Like, what's the deal? The first thing she's going to say is, you remember 2 or 3 years ago when I put that dress on and you said, hey, you know what? That dress doesn't look as good as it used to. That's why I cheated. You no longer show me appreciation and love. Or she's going to say, you remember that time back in the 3rd grade on the playground when you tripped me and you didn't say you were sorry? That's why I cheated on you.
Women in general become a victim in relationships. I've been in relationships where I was a victim every single time there was something wrong with a man. A man could say one thing and I'm like, well, you did. Remember when you 6 months ago said da 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 da? And that's how I used to be programmed to be.
Like a woman's mind will take a BS data from all over the place, bring it in, and create some story to justify why she's cheating. And if she moves like that, her actions are going to be normal. She's going to walk around and act as if she deserves to have a second or third option. She deserves to go to Jamaica and get on the boat to let the man rub her down and rub her privates and all. She deserves that, brother. So one of the reasons, man, and I'll say that's one of the most minute reasons, is because a woman just justifies it internally. But the next reason I want to talk about, man, is one of the majors, bro. And it took me kind of bouncing a few things off of, just kind of triangulating a few things to really understand this. And the second reason why women are so good at cheating, man, and this is probably the most powerful, is because they are hypnotists, man. Women are hypnotists. How copy? Think about this. Think about what it says in the book of Proverbs, Proverb 5, right? When it's talking about the woman you should avoid, right? It says this woman's words are as smooth as oil. She's this, she's that, she's that. In other words, stay away from that woman because her words alone can put you in a trance. You got to understand that trait of that a woman has, it doesn't just apply to the Proverbs 5 woman. That same trait applies to every woman. Like we don't talk about the power of that enough, man, like the power of a woman's words. Like I'll say this, one of the primary benefits of a woman coming to your life, like if she isn't the one gassing you up, if she isn't the one that believes in you and telling you who you are or reminding you who you are, like man, she's really not serving her whole purpose there. You can see the power in this, like when I bring up stories like Kanye West, like when they show the clips of Kanye West, his mother talking to him on video before he was Yeezy, man, she was cramming that down his throat. She was saying, you're going to be this. You're going to be great. You're going to be this. You know what I'm saying? And I can think of a number of scenarios where I've seen the power of a woman speaking life into a man's life. So it's just the power that a woman has. So taking that power, you have to understand that one of the primary, I'll say, reasons to even be in a relationship with a woman is because she has the ability to put you in a trance. And I say the same thing, but I say it differently. Normally I'll say a woman has the ability to create an emotional bubble around a man. You know what I'm saying? Like she can actually assist that man in a major way, building his world, building the frequency of the way they think, the way they live, the frequency of life. So if a woman is creeping, 1, 2, she has the ability to put you in a trance or create a bubble around you. All that means is she's creating a completely different trance around you. She's putting you in a completely different state of mind. In other words, she can create a world where you may think everything is okay, but now she has the ability to move different. Soak that up, brothers. Soak what I said up and don't take that lightly, man. Like a woman had like something different that a man can try to shoot game. A man can bring flowers and try to make it seem like it's something when he getting ready to go out with the boys and low key step out. A man can make that attempt, but not like a woman, because we don't have that umbrella of essence we can put around a relationship. In other words, you can have a woman that's coming in after work or staying at home, whatever she's doing. She's cooking, she's massaging, she's telling you you're great. She's telling you, hey, the future is gonna look like this. Hey, babe, I love you. Hey, babe, or whatever. She can really paint this illusion, and she has the power to step outside of the illusion while you're still in it and do what she wants to do. Believe me or not, it's a real thing. Women are illusionists. And that's one of their powers. But that power in the wrong hands, it results in these wild trips to Bahamas, these wild trips to Jamaica, these wild trips to when they're supposed to be at Applebee's with the girls. You know what I'm saying? So the second one, man, is they're illusionists, man. They're hypnotists, right? But I'll say this. The third reason why I think women are so good at cheating, man, is simply because their co-conspirators aren't snitches. One of the primary reasons why it seems like women are better at cheating than men is because their co-conspirators aren't snitches. Think about when men get caught cheating. Most of the time when men get caught cheating, sometimes it's because they did something stupid. They left they left something unchecked, man, and a woman came through and saw something in your phone, or whatever it is, right? I don't know. But sometimes, a lot of times, a man gets caught up because that woman he's moving with gets salty. Oh, you told me you were gonna leave her in 6 months. Oh, I see what you on the gram, you on the book, you taking wifey out. And she gets salty, she gets jealous. Next thing you know, she's in wifey's inbox. Next thing you know, she's down there at the hair salon spreading rumors. And it's just a matter of time before it gets back to wifey. So the man's co-conspirator has a higher probability of snitching, man. Whereas on the other end, if your woman is stepping out and Cletus is on the receiving end, oh, Cletus ain't saying nothing. Matter of fact, the fact that she's stepping out, Cletus don't even want her to be in the number one spot. Cletus is proud to be right there. Knowing she's going home to you, knowing you're taking care of all those things, you're paying the bills, you're doing all that other stuff, but he's getting the reward of, hey, you know what? Every other Saturday night, we're going to be kicking it. Snitch on who? Snitch on who? I was dating this girl, man. It's been some years ago. I was in Dallas, so it was probably about 2015, it was probably about 2016, man. And her and I, we were kind of off and on, but we ended up kind of just parting ways. But it was still one of those vibes where, you know, and I talked about this a few videos ago, where if you got a bond with somebody, like y'all can always connect. It was that type vibe. And she had a dude. I don't know if this dude was a truck driver. I don't know what he did. But she was painting a picture of, yeah, we kind of together, we kind of not, We talking on the phone. She like, boom, come over, let's have dinner. Long story short, I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't even move like that. I'm da-da-da-da. We can come over there and talk. We can do the, whatever. I'm playing that card, Rich, which that's where I was moving, right? I remember going over there, walking through the door, and I don't remember seeing nothing but booty shorts and hearing Badu in the background, man. I'm like, oh, she trying to create a whole vibe up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? I can smell dinner cooking, the whole shebang, right? And I can remember, man, we sitting there vibing. We sitting there having some good conversation as promised. But things started taking a turn, man, and it started to get intimate, as I knew it probably would, right? And I can remember, man, in that moment, all I can remember hearing is what sounded like a deadbolt and some keys. And instantly, bro, it was almost like she just teleported from me to the door. You know what I'm saying? It was that quick. And I can remember hearing that door open up, man, and it was something like a, hey, babe, and da-da-da-da-da. And in my mind, I was like, what is she going to say? What is she going to say? A whole nother man is in the crib and she got on booty shorts type shit, right? And this is what I did, brothers. Instantly, I went to a different mode. Instantly, the thing I was thinking was, you know what? I don't want to mess her situation up. Because if she leaves this situation, like, I don't want to be in a situation with her. I can remember standing up, man. And I'm not sure if y'all remember on, was that Friday or Boys in the Hood? I think it was Boys in the Hood. When Ice Cube was on that porch and he was standing like this. I remember standing up off the couch, man. I remember standing like this, like Cube, man. I said, Cuzzo, kinfolk. I'm going to tell you this, brothers. I instantly went into some kind of Academy Award winning presentation of a character that I didn't even know who it was, man. I instantly became her cousin. I instantly became to the point where I could speak about her mom as an aunt and her brothers. I instantly went to this mode, man. To the point, man, where I sit there and fellowship for about 10 or 15 minutes. 15 minutes, brother, and a whole nother character. I wasn't finna snitch. I can even remember leaving, bro. Me and this brother on the 5 points of fellowship. I'll see you next time, cuzzo. And dipped. A brother won't snitch, man. So a lot of reasons why women don't get caught is not that they're just brilliant. It's not that they're just that good at cheating. Yes, they're illusionists. And that's a superpower in itself. But a lot of times it's because the men they're choosing to creep with, they ain't no snitches, bro. They're not snitches. So again, man, I think that if you are a man that is unaware of what takes place when your good little girl goes out on date night, right? And you can't get her on the phone. When your good little sweet wife goes to Barbados, and she's missing in action, no contact for 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna tell you this, man. It's not every single time, but you have to understand, man, a lot of times your girl is creeping.
Do you still trust women after working in nightlife for 20 years?
You know, obviously you see a lot of cheating. I remember a girl was on a girls' night out in the bar, and she basically, her friends left and she got talking to a guy. Obviously she had the wedding ring on. The guy is actually somebody I know very well. All her friends leave. She says she wants to stay. One of the friends kind of lingers for a little while, trying to get her to leave, and knows what's about to go down. The girl just shoos her away. She ends up leaving. So now it's just her and him. Obviously we're walking, you know, we know where this is going to end up. So he's looking at me going, yo, she's married. I'm like, dude, I don't want to part of this, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't really know the girl. Anyway, she gets on the phone and she's right near me at the end of the bar, and she calls her husband, hey babe, Stacy's vomiting and stuff. I'm going to stay with her and look after her, and so I'm going to be home late, or I might just sleep at Stacy's house, you know, depending on how she looks. I don't know who Stacy is, but she sure as ain't in the bar at this point, right?
Oh my God.
Right, so fast forward a few hours, you see them making out and the whole nine. They disappear. I believe dumpsters were involved, right? Yes.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Well, they disappeared. It's a hidden spot, you know. He comes back in. He's like, Rishi, I'm out. And I'm like, daps me up, leaves. I'm like, dude. She comes in 3 minutes later, just adjusting herself, calls her husband, has him pick her up at the bar, comes in, and she's introducing him to people like nothing happened. And I'm just like, I'm scarred. I'm scarred for life.